Hello everyone, and welcome back to another edition of the MRL. It's time for Misfits Racing League Tier 3 Division action. And for round 16, we are here around a very difficult, stressful, stamina requesting circuit. I mean, this circuit demands so much energy, and of course, joining me, a driver that knows all about it, and a great commentator who's been joining me for Tier 3 racing all season long, Alex. How you doing?
Hello, Striv. This is a very, as you said, good introduction to this track because you really need the stamina here to finish in a high place. This is a very difficult track, and I think we're going to see very good racing today.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a very intense race around Singapore. We've already actually had one race around Singapore this week. We have a new division in the MRL. It's a bit of a mid-season introduction, and that'll be the America's Tier 2 division now. That is a division that isn't streamed. That's a division that's recorded by me and another commentator, in which case it was Stars yesterday evening, and that race is going to be premiering on YouTube immediately following this Tier 3 race. So if anyone is looking to watch more Singapore racing with an amazing and I have to say hilarious commentary, I highly recommend you jump on over to the YouTube channel after this race. Now, with that being said, down to business, we're here for the 16th round. It is Singapore, the Marina Bay Street Circuit, of course, and now next week we move through to Russia, following that Japan, the United States, Mexico, as well as Brazil, and then of course the finale for round 22 in Abu Dhabi. And of course, massive shout out to our partners, Next Level Racing. You can check them out via the link in the chat, or of course the panels down below on their website for some amazing racing rigs and products. They have wheel stands, motion sims, light rigs, full rigs. They have everything you need, as well as all the accessories to really take your racing to the next level. Now we look at the standings. Rutanius, the Dutch driver, going to be thrilled with a lead of 75 points over his nearest competition right now in Yasko's second position. Maka rounds out your top three for this drivers championship right now, and things are tightening up. Red Bull, Racing Point, Alfa Romeo in that order for your constructors, and you can really have a good look at the standings before we jump into racing action here. But with that, Alex, we're just about ready to go. But yeah, things really tight in this midfield right now. Yasko has been showing some great driving lately, especially with some of the wet conditions. And just a massive shout out in the chat as well before we jump into this. Huge shout out to XTXP for the raid of 3, and huge shout out to the subs today. We've had Unicorn come through, JA Games has come through, and now Moen with a 5 gifted sub drop. Thank you so much for the support, everybody, and we greatly appreciate that, and we greatly appreciate all of you being here in the chat and viewing along with us. Alex, what do you think about the standings going into round 16?
I mean, Rutinius has a very good amount of points there and a very good gap. I think he can race comfortably or comfortable here on Singapore. But that, the top 6, except Rutinius, as I said, is very close, and a mistake can cost you a lot of points. Well, the championship of the constructors as well is one of the closest ones, I think. And I think we're going to see a very good racing here today on Yas Marina. And, well, we can hope for rain probably as well. Who knows?
Going to be a big roll of the dice, I think, for these drivers. Rain, something that is somewhat of a higher chance here in Singapore. I've seen a decent amount of rain races. I've participated in a few myself. But Tier 3, I've spoken to a couple of the drivers. I know that Alex Budd really not wanting to see rain today. So we'll see what happens coming into the race. Now, one thing to talk about here, I always bring it up. I spoke to Scars, who has been doing a lot of great racing lately, especially in the Tier 2 division, and he is one of the Alfa Romeo drivers, as we know, and I asked him, how are you feeling about the Alfa Romeos, as I always do? And he thinks Adam, of course, Daniel Munaf on this grid, second on the timing tower. He has Daniel for a race win today. There wasn't even a doubt in his mind, Alex.
I mean, I don't think that's a bold prediction. He has shown a lot of pace here. Of course, on qualifying more than on race, but still, he's always there. He's always there on the top. And I don't think it's nothing bold. And knowing how technique is him driving, I think he can do a very good race here on Singapore.
Well, drivers right now apparently just waiting to get into session. According saying the drivers aren't in, but I do have a weather report, and we are going to be having a dry qualifying session here with a bit of light rain at the beginning of the race, moving into dry conditions, which is going to be a nice weather dynamic race, and something I love. Okay, I'm just going to say this right now before some of these drivers get out here. Something I love about a wet running start to these races around Singapore, Alex, is the fact that there's such tire differential here in the Marina Bay Circuit. The degradation is massive, and with that degradation coming with the wet conditions, you never know whether it's the right time to switch the tires. Vincent Nyquist now, he will be taking over for Squid in the Williams full time, and he'll be joining Alex Budd. Very sad to see Squid step down out of that seat, but I hope he is going all right. I think he just had some IRL stuff coming through to play with the time he had to commit. Now Vincent coming in to take that seat will be the first driver out on a lap, Alex.
Yeah, Vincent, he did a very good job reserving on Italy, if I'm not mistaken, on that that race, which was, well, all water. It was raining all the race long, and after that, after having clean races practice and on Italy, he has been promoted on that Williams seat right now on the soft compound. We will see what he might do with the strategy here on qualifying. As we know, a very high degradation track, 23 corners, very long, and you really need to take care of the softs if you want to start with that compound. Otherwise, you can start on the medium. So we will see some drivers probably doing their fastest lap on this qualifying with the medium compound.
Yeah, big differentiation in tires for qualifying here. Vincent now coming through Sector 3. A very intricate section of circuit, a lot of 90-degree turns. Looking at this grid right now, we have Damon Plays, Daniel, Dunk on You here with us, as well as Undertaker, Cactus, Becario. Vincent, of course, as he rounds through turns 22 and 23, beginning as flyer. Linus, Lavelle, Alex Budd here on the grid, Mo and Rutanius. Rutanius, the championship leader, of course, for Racing Point. There goes an invalidation from Vincent early on here, Alex, and that's not something that you want to be doing. We'll jump back now. Rutanius flying. Gadwin here as well.
It really depends, because probably you can do it on purpose, as you may want to invalidate your run on soft and have a delta there on your timing. So when you do your run on the mediums, you have something as a guide. So probably you can do it on purpose. Probably was a mistake. We will never know. Right now, Routine is on board 26.2 as a first sector as a anchor. That's a very good sector right now for the Racing Point driver.
Yeah, championship leader in Rutanius, wanting to get himself as far out in front of Yasko as he can, since Yasko's started to really put down some good pace in the past few races. And 75 points the differentiation between first and second position in the standings right now in this championship run. Rutanius, the rain hasn't really given him the best opportunities in racing lately. He hasn't had as many wins, I think, as he would have had to have liked. Well, as he would have wanted, considering his form in the early on stages of this season. Anius now into Sector 3.
Very technical sector. You can see all the chicanes of this Sector 3 right now on the exit of 19, 20, and 21. It's very easy, to invalidate on the inside. He takes the tidy, run out of deployment there on the exit of 21, and right now on the line it will be a 33.8, and that's the best time for the session at the moment. We will have Vincent going to the pits after invalidation. His teammate Moen will be as well closing that lap. We'll see what the teammate of the leader of the championship can do. It's a 36.9, 3 seconds lower at the moment. We have as well, I think, four-door sedan. No, it's not four-door sedan, but it's Cactus. Goes to the pits.
Yeah, Cactus on his way into the pit lane here. Damon just began a lap in the McLaren as Grenade Gorin, the Ferrari driver, goes second quickest. It's a 35 flat, 0.85. And we'll see Undertaker, the first driver to come through on a medium compound set. He ran a 36.892. Moen just about half a tenth shy on the soft compound tires. There goes Yasko, his first run. It's a 40.003. Definitely an issue, I'd imagine, for the Red Bull, given where he's landed himself with that time. Damon in the McLaren will stay along with him as some times continue to come through. Maka third, Lavelle fourth.
As well, flying right now in sector 3 as we have 4-door sedan jumping into B4 as on a reserve capacity for Mercedes. You have to remember Arrow had a race ban for today after, well, being on the penalty points, being higher than the threshold there for the penalty points. As race ban Beccario there will be jumping into P4 on the same row as his teammate, 3-4 for them, and it's a very close gap.
Yeah, it is a very close gap right now. Taking a look at the gaps in the grid, first down to 9th position, 6.1. A lot of time still yet to come through. And Singapore, a grid where you really don't see super tight times in qualifying, if memory serves me, because of the difference in strategy for the qualifying session in itself, difference in tires. Damon now 5th position at 35.3 for him. His teammate Dirk Chocolate is running. Dirk's been showing some good form in the latter stages of the season now as we come through into the real center meaty section of the grid. You know, you have this Singapore sling you come into now, turn 15. DRS wide open on the rear here for the McLaren as well, and this is a new section of DRS for these drivers, if I'm not mistaken, Alex.
Yes, in this game, this will be a new section out of turn 13 to turn 14. Well, it can be another spot to overtake. It can be useful. Normally you overtake there when you have a lot of difference between the tires against your rival ahead. So, well, it's one more spot, so always appreciate it, I guess.
Yeah, you get a little bit more of an opportunity to overtake into the right-hander. Here we go, Dirk Chocolate now to the line. What's it going to be from the McLaren? It's good for second position at 34.957. Getting himself onto the front row provisionally for Dirk Chocolate. Nice time from him. Back row in the Red Bull. 12th quickest, a 45.699 is the final time so far here on the grid. He's on the mediums, just chaining runs.
Yeah, that's not the best time you can do on the mediums for sure. 6 seconds almost off the pace of his teammate. But I guess he can improve. We have still 10 minutes and even more for these drivers to improve that time. And I think he will do it easily. Right now, Caxus as well. I think he's the only driver at the moment flying, as well as DA Games, who's just behind him on turn 3. But we will jump on board with that Mercedes, who's just did at 26.3 as first sector, 1/10 lower than the provisional sector 1 record, I think, from Virginius.
JA Games, 20th position on the timing tower. He is in the Renault filling in for Unicorn today. Unicorn, very unfortunate that his season has been plagued by technical difficulties. His wheel, which is of course his method of input most commonly, giving him quite a hard time. So he is out for this race, and we'll have to see how that goes for him through the remainder of the season. But JA into that position. Cactus now making his way through sector 3.
But him validates there on the inside of turn 16. And well, it's I think probably one of the most common places to invalidate there on your lap time. And he will guess jumping into the pits because right now those tires were they are able to do another round on qualifying, but it's not optimal, as I think was back row jumping into P7 with that 35.6 on the mediums.
Yeah, he's been chaining those laps on the mediums. His last lap through was a 46, so such a significant improvement for him. JA coming in as a reserve capacity driver here, getting to terms on his first run out. What's the time going to be? It's a 36.261. And he'll make his way into the top 10 here so far. Only one driver out of the top 10 right now scoring their lap time on the medium compound tire. That's back row. Dunk on you. The other Renault looking to fly through with a solid time coming into turn 7, excuse me. Turn 8 now.
Daniel Manaf. They're on turn 4 right now, starting another lap with those softs, so it probably is going to follow the strategy of Rutinius. I really don't know if Rutinius can improve that lap time with the mediums, but I doubt so, because that's not that far away from what he can do on the softs, I think. Probably a little bit less, but with the mediums, could be difficult to prove that. Right now, he's on an all-lap, the Racing Point driver, on the softs. So we will see what he can do. Vincent as well, starting a lap on pit 2 at the moment, 3 tenths away. Oh, from that pole position as Daniel Monaf understeered on the exit of turn 9, and he has damage on his front end.
That's not good for him at all. Still checking in with Dunk on You. Finally wanting to get a time on the board here. Dunk on You's been having a very good season overall, I'd say. Some strong drives, and there's a P3 time for him at 34.676, and we'll have to check in with now one of the Haas drivers coming through sector 3, and that is not Maka, who's flying, but Becario, who is going to be beginning another run, just finishing out his out lap. Moen, Racing Point now with an improvement. Yes, half a second improvement, 11th position for him on the softs.
I think Grenade Goran as well is flying right now as he's entering sector 3, but I'm jumping with Maka right now. Maka's not improving, at least on the second sector split. Right now in sector 3, we'll see if he can improve it. He's on last corner right now, almost flat out this one, but he has to lift little bit. It runs out of deployment. It's a 34.7. He will improve 4 tenths. He stays there on before jumping some positions. Grenade Goran right now as well out of turn 21, 22 right now, 23 for the Ferrari. He will do, he improves 1 tenth, but it's not enough. It's only 2,000 away from Dirk Chocolate's time.
Pavel beginning a lap. Linus now to the line, 9th quickest to 35.293 from the other Ferrari, his first time of the session. 3 drivers yet to get times in. Daniel, Cactus, Alex Bud. Alex Bud presently on an outlap. He's on the mediums. Cactus, he's on a run with the softs. He's just begun on his way into turn 1. Take a look on board with the Albanian.
For Genius, he had a slipstream from his teammate on turn 14. Actually, Moen has been trapped.
A massive amount here. Rutanius coming through sector 3, and we're going to, of course, make sure we have a look at this. Flying for an increase on his time. Let's take a look now through 22, now 23. The final turn. What's the time out of the Racing Point? It is an improvement. 33.569. The pole time coming out of Rutanius here.
I don't think he will improve that on medium for sure. I think he committed to the soft hard strategy. We'll see. Right now it's a 33.5 and a very good lap for the Dutch driver, and he extends even more the gap he had with Vincent Nordqvist. So right now I will jump into Linus as he is on sector 3, but he doesn't invalidate, but almost. He was there on the limit. We're not going down the bridge.
Yeah, I think Linus on an in-lap right now. He just crossed 9th quickest. Looking with Cactus. Cactus coming through the final sector, finally looking for a lap time here. What's it going to be out of him? A few drivers ahead of him crossing to begin. Cactus, 8th quickest. It's a 35.037. And that's the first time we've had an opportunity to see him set here. Alex Budd, he's on the mediums, and he has unfortunately invalidated this run. Daniel Monoff now, the last driver on grid to get well, he hasn't gotten a run in. Alex hasn't gotten a run in. Where is the Alfa Romeo?
Demon Blaze right now not improving out of sector 2. He's right now on P11, so probably he can stay there and try a different strategy. Of course, you can choose the tire if you are outside of the top 10. Right now on P11 should be like the mini pole, as some like to say that. But he understeers on the last chicane.
The pole for outside of the top 10.
Exactly.
The best of the rest.
He goes into the pits. So will not be improving. Cactus has invalidated as well his run. 4 doors down and goes to the pits as well. Backrow is flying 7 cents improving right now. He's on the softs, so he probably doesn't want to qualify on mediums. We'll see what the Red Bull driver can do right now.
For those just tuning in, my name is Strifium. Joining me is Alex Bitto. You're here for Tier 3 MRL action. It is the 16th round of contention, and we're here in Singapore around the Marina Bay Street Circuit. We have rain on the horizon. It is coming at the beginning of the race, and we're going to be going from wet to dry conditions. Back row at 34.339, getting himself into the top 3, Alex.
The rain on the start of the session for the race explains a lot the things we are sharing right now with Retenius on the soft and all that. Top 13 on the soft, that his best try right now. The pit lane is, well, there's a lot of cars there on the pit lane. They're going fast to the pits, to the box, sorry, and then changing the tires and to do their last attempt. Just look at the map, all the drivers coming out of that pit lane.
Undertaker on a flyer now coming out of turn 15. And we'll see what he's able to do. Coming into the right-hander now. He's up 7/10 nearly, the AlphaTauri driver.
I mean, if he wants to try it with the mediums, that's a very good strategy. As we really don't know, could be a first stint with light rain, but still not enough for inserts, so probably he can try as well. Another strategy, but if there's light rain, I wouldn't risk it, and I would put softs on the first stint. Even though it's for dries, I would put it, sorry, it's, well, just, I think the soft hard strategy is a very good call, even though it's not raining on the rain. But I would say so right now. We will see on the race if it really worked against the medium runners. But we won't see today. It seems, as Maxim said on set, that it's raining.
Well, I have the weather report here. We were going to have light rain at the beginning of this race, 100%, and it's going to move into a light cloud conditioned race throughout. So we'll have to see that dynamic and how it plays with the start of things in this session. Grenade beginning a flyer. The Ferrari looking to improve on his time. He's currently running a 34.959 in 8th position.
Vincent as well, I think, just ahead of him as well flying. And he will cross first sector, improving almost 2/10 there on his provisional first sector. I think it was a 26 low. Right now, the Williams driver on his debut as a full-time. He will be trying to take that pole position from the leader of the championship, Retenius. 33.5, 34.1 for the Williams. Is a big stretch, but I think he can do it. We will see what he can do on sector 2 and sector 3. It's sliding a little bit there before the hairpin, understeering a little bit on the exit, but it will open DRS and we will see the second split time, because I think this can be a good run.
Yeah, he's gone for a solid improvement here, and we'll see what he's able to find through sector 3. All of the 90-degree turns now coming to play a role.
So, okay, you know, 18, 19, missing a little bit the apex, almost brushing the wall there. He's really taking profit of all the curves right now out of the exit on 21. 22, he runs out of deployment. What is going to be the time for the Williams driver? It's pole position.
Very nice time from him, Retenius. Well, he's flying. He's getting a tow from Moen here. And this is going to be crucial for his pole run. Retenius flying for pole. Vincent Nyquist, a 33.481, the time to beat in this session. The checkered flag has been drawn on a majority of these racers now. Here comes Retenius through turn 21. Daniel Monaf, pole position, 33.195 from the Alfa Romeo. Get in there, Daniel. Retenius says hello. He bumps Vincent out, but it's not good enough for pole position. Daniel, Retenius, your front row. Vincent bumped to third.
Jasko had a massive issue out of 21. He lost the car completely. He actually, well, the suspension is broken as well. Alanis Keksit will be the last driver to finish the lap, but I think he's not improving right now. We'll see the Ferrari what he can do on the last corners. Right now on P12, he will jump. Oh no, he won't improve that time. So Daniel Mona will take that pole position out of nowhere. We were not expecting that. We were on Retenius and Vincent. Vincent took it for a moment. than Daniel
Yeah,
for
very
that
nice
tight margin.
qualifying. Very nice qualifying. Tight end of this one. Daniel, Rutanius, they've been doing the dance all season long. Season long rivals. Daniel, Rutanius separated by less than a tenth right now. Daniel on pole position in the Alfa Romeo. It was a 33.195. Rutanius in the Racing Point, a 33.273. Again, just shy of a tenth off the rear of the Alfa. Vincent in his full-time debut for Williams, the Swedish driver, a 33.481 within 3/10 of pole position. Very nice debut from him, with Beccario fourth, back row in fifth. We're going to go down through the rest of this grid on the formation lap, and interestingly enough, Alex Budd, no time set from him here in the qualifying. He'll start this race at the back, but we are going to have a little bit of rain forecast at the beginning of contention here, and we'll just have to see what tires all of these racers opt for.
Ooh, I see a full wets, mediums. It probably can be for dries
We might
right
see a
now.
dry race start here. We might see a
Y-
little bit of water, a little bit of rain, but we might just see these racers start things on the dry compound tires.
Yeah, I mean, did you see that change on the garage of Cactus for the local driver, as you can see on the flag?
Yeah.
He was on wets, on full wets, and then changed for medium. So we will see. We will see. It seems like dry tires, but probably the harder compounds cannot work on this situation. Yes, well, you don't have that much grip on. It's very very cold, and you don't have that grip. Well, probably softs might be the optimal.
Well, everyone getting loaded in, and of course, as we load into this formation lap, massive shout out to our great partners, Next Level Racing. You can check them out via the link in the chat, and of course, the panels down below on their website for some amazing sim racing rigs products. They have some wheel stands, they have full rigs, light rigs, motion sims. They have everything you need to take your racing to the next level. So massive shout out to them. I have some giveaways coming up with them very soon. And as all of these drivers now finalize their setups, well, not really setups because of Parc Ferme, but get everything dialed in for their strategies is what we'll say. We're going to get underway for a formation lap. And look at this. The entirety of the top 10, Alex, opting for the red rim tires. Everyone jumping onto those softs. Gadwin in 11th, kicking us off on the hards. We've got Linus 12th on the mediums, and it's really kind of hard, medium, hard, medium, hard, medium down to 16th position. And then from Undertaker, Lavelle, they all have the mediums down to 20th. But the top 10 on the softs, and this is a really wild strategy call coming out
They
of this
didn't.
grid.
They didn't have the option to choose. They could qualify on those softs, and I think it's not about strategy. It's just look at it's raining, so the grip can't be there. I'm actually scared about the grip the hards can have on this first stint. With a lot of fuel, the grip is not there. The hards as well, of course, the harder compound, less grip you have, less speed. Just look at Daniel Monov; he's struggling right now.
Well,
And I really don't know what can happen, and I think soft hard is still the best strategy for today.
I think that I thought this race was going to be a wet start to the point where we might see intermediate compound tires. I think there's a good majority of the drivers on this grid that also thought this, because it's not often you see so many drivers in the top 10 on the soft compound tires. This is going to hurt them, I feel, because you have that tire degradation if we come into the dry weather very quickly. We have a little bit of rain on track. It's damp. Track conditions around 26 degrees Celsius right now. And when it gets dry, that's going to ramp up a little bit.
It's for instance, but I'm trying to look at the wheel of Adam, and I saw not the best temperatures, or it's actually difficult to warm up the tires. In Singapore, normally on the softs, you actually want the total opposite. You really want to cool down those softs, but it seems like right now they are struggling. Look at how much wave he has to do to put the car up into 84 degrees on the front left, as some can look at the steering wheel in game. He will have 81, 82, 86, and 85 degrees on his tires, so probably the optimal for the softs, but he was struggling to warm up those tires.
Everyone coming into chat complaining about grip, no grip at all. And Just trying to get an idea. The rain is still just coming down here. Daniel now taking his position with Rutanius right next to him. Alex Budd, the final driver on this grid, and you can see he's quite a ways back. Really taking his time getting to this grid, trying to get some temperature into these tires, and he'll now come through turn 21. And everything will get lined up on this grid. Ladies and gentlemen, you are here for Tier 3 racing. It is the Singapore Grand Prix for round 16. My name is Strifium. Joining me is Alex Bitto all the way over from Spain. And we're here in Singapore for what's about to be a very wild race. Alex, take us away.
5 red lights here on Singapore. We'll have this start, no grip at all. Of course, the thing on the lights. And a drive-through for Linus Kexips, who's just crashed into four-door sedan or Cactus, I think. And a good start for Rutenius right now on the inside of turn 1. He will take Daniel Mon out of pole position and the racing point. The leader of the championship right now there, up there, Cactus will be 20th right now. And who's there? Who's there on the inside is Vincent Nickvis on his full-time debut. He will take that place and is a virtual safety car on 4 corners.
Back row.
There's a lot of exchange. Godwin out.
Back row is facing the wrong way. The VSC has been deployed, and I have a feeling we're really going to need to buckle up for this one, Alex. Things have already gotten off to such a wild start. We're taking a look at Cactus right now, who had an issue off the line with Linus Kektips, it would appear. Looking at the front end of that Mercedes, yes, he does have some significant damage on the front left, and we'll take a look at Linus, who I imagine will also have some damage. Cactus just took a drive-through penalty. And I'm not sure what to say about that.
He's parking there because he's understeering a lot. There's no grip. He doesn't have wing, and right now I think Lovell as well is struggling as he has 4-door sedan on his back. This is action right now. Dirt Chocolate as well on the back of Godwin. Godwin on the hards is struggling a lot. We saw it on formation lap. That can be an issue. Godwin is really struggling. There we have a yellow flag. It's Linus Kexips out of, no, not out, but I think he crashed there on the Singapore Sling. And no wing for the Ferrari right now for Dorsan and Lovell as well, exchanging Dirk, having a massive nap out of turn 13, sorry. And right now Lovell protecting the position.
So much confusion on the opening lap of this race with these conditions, and the rain is still dropping down here on circuit. People saying it might be time for inners. I think we might be on a dry stint. I think drivers needing to be patient. Opening lap of this race, Dirk Chocolate, Gatto now, we still have another yellow flag. Linus Kektips has absolutely had the poorest race I have seen to date for a Ferrari driver in this division so far. We're only on the first lap.
Has been very, very chaotic for him right now. I think he has crashed 3 times, but the grip is not there, and he's on mediums and he's struggling. We have seen Godwin there defending position. 3 seconds he has lost to Maka, who's on subs, and Dirt Chocolate is trying to attack as soon as he can, because right now the DRS should be enabled in these conditions. We will see as they are on dries, but he needs to really, really push right now because Maka is going far away, and Godwin really needs to slow down everyone because he's doing a reverse strategy, hards to mediums probably, and right now he's holding that P8, which he really needs, but the train behind him is massive, and right now we have a fight for the lead as well. But Dirk right now on the inside, he will try it on turn 7, sorry. Look at this, there's no grip, but who's there on the inside is Lovell.
Yeah, Lavelle on the inside of Dirk there. I don't know if Dirk saw him. He might have had a slip with these conditions. You can just see Dirk trying to get on that power. He's dropped a position on the rear of Lavelle now. Godwin going to be happy about the fighting that's going on behind him. But look at the separation in this grid. We're going to jump to the front of things really quickly as Vincent on the rear of Rutania is coming through turn 15. Vincent showing so well in these conditions right now. But the thing to talk about is Godwin. Nearly 6 seconds of separation between 8th position and 7th. And he has an entire train of cars behind him at the moment. And we have a bunch of debris. We have a big shakedown coming out of turn 15. Who's lost the end plate? I fear that might have been 4-door sedan on the rear of Dirk. We'll have to take a look in a second here.
Struggling right now on turn 14. Lovell will be ahead up into P8 on those mediums, and Dirk, I think, is struggling a little bit even he's on the softs. He's having a lot of snaps there of oversteer on the back of that McLaren. Really close there on the Alpha Chari of Godwin, and the rear. Just look at the rear houses sliding, and Duncan Yu is out. Duncan Yu is having damage out of the chicane of 21. He needs to yield as everyone is going through. Oh, that's massive unlucky.
Yeah, that's very, very hard, especially in that section of circuit. Dirk Chocolate, he's in 9th position still, but you can see now the separation to Gadwin and him a little bit more so. Four-door was looking at the inside, thinks better of it. We're looking to see who has debris that came off their car here. I think JA Game is missing a front left end plate.
Well, he doesn't care, it seems, because he's right now trying to overtake for Dorsenaz. He had a bad exit out of turn 3. Dark Chocolate, he goes really wide right now. Ooh.
That was tight on the rejoin there. JA Games trying to inherit a position from Dirk. And a lot of drivers here are really struggling in these conditions. We're on lap 3 right now, and there's a huge train on the rear of Gadwin for 8th. 6 seconds growing to 7th ahead of him. Dunk on you into the pit lane. Cactus, of course, fresh rubber for him now. He's coming out on mediums, and I do believe he'll have to, I think he might have already served that drive-through, actually.
Moen on the inside. Oh, ho, ho, ho. What a move from Racing Point. He was there very tight on JA Games. There was the wall there, very close, and Moen went on the inside there to go up into P10. And he's really flying at the moment. JA Games struggling, as you said, with that damage on the front end. And he's up into P10. Moen, his teammate, struggling.
Four-door looking at the outside of Gadwin. Moen, he's going to be happy there, wheel to wheel. He'll be able to catch things up. Four-door now on the inside. No, it's Gadwin on the inside. Four-door on the outside. Back to the inside for four-door. Gadwin on the hards. Not a lot of opportunity here for him to really do much with the traction in Sector 3. Who's this on the inside of Moen? JA Games says hello. What a dive coming out of him. And he's going to go around the outside and get that move done on Moen. Oh, what a risk-taking up. I don't have a lot of words to describe that one, Alex. Under the bridge. He gets it through into 10. Moen back on the inside out of the final turn. Gadwin. Is Moen going to get 2 here? Moen in that Racing Point really doing some work in the back end of this field for points.
The games will try on the inside. There's that stop there. He will save it. He will save it. Yes, he will. The reserve driver right now is still on P11. He has a penalty though on damage on his front end.
Oh, and Vincent and Rutanius, they've come together. There's a little brush with the wall. Vincent was just there, a little bit of a wheel bang. Rutanius, I don't know if he took damage. Vincent now into the sling. It's so tight. They're squeezing on the rear. Vincent, Rutanius into the wall. Vincent has taken P1. Daniel moves through on the outside of Rutanius, and Rutanius has lost an end plate on the outside wall.
I think he closed the door too early. Vincent was already there. He can't disappear. And Vincent takes the lead right now. Rutanius understeering to the wall, as you see there on the stream. But I think that's even more than yellow damage. Probably it's orange, and probably even to change as the rain has stopped on Singapore. Grenade Goran will try to take the switch back. He has more grip, of course, and Rutanius will yield. He knows he has damage, and he knows he has to pit, and Grenade will jump into P3. Daniel Monavt has a penalty. I think he took it on last lap.
That is bad damage. It's not just an end plate, Alex. He has a good chunk of damage on that front left or front right. I think he's in. I think he's coming in.
His teammate, sorry to interrupt, but his teammate, he was trying on Gadwin. And yes, as you said, Rutanius has a lot of damage, and probably he will jump. Daniel Monov is jumping as well. Probably he had damage as well, but I didn't see anything out of the Alfa Romeo. A lot of drivers right now gaining places. Global, the first driver on the mediums, who just sets, I think, fastest lap of this race. So he's really flying the soft start to degrade very, very fast. On this first stint, we're on lap 5. They normally are the life of these subs are like 7 laps, and the optimal probably 4 or 5 laps, but with light rain you can conserve a little bit more of that tire. So Lobe ran out on P5, he's flying, but he has a penalty, and he will try the overtake on Maka. We'll see his description. Look at the straight line speed for the Alfa Romeo, easy as you like on the inside of turn 7. He goes a little bit wide, but it doesn't seem like it's enough for Maka to take the switch back.
No, Maka, not enough of an opportunity there to get the move back. Good move from Lavelle. He had that run into turn 7. DRS and utilization. Dunk on you, the fastest lap of the campaign. And I think that the undercut might have worked out for a few of these drivers. I mean, Daniel, he put in that medium compound. He went in, he put on the medium compound tires. He's 12.3 seconds on the rear of Yasko, and he's going to break that down now. Rutanius, 5.3 on the rear of Daniel, but on the hards. And what has happened in Sector 3 now? Or Sector 2, excuse me.
I really don't know. Was probably Linus yellow flags. I'm sorry, blue flags. I think so. Yeah. I think blue flags for his teammate. Linus goes wide right now to let everyone by. He's on insers, and the insers are not working. Of course, there's no rain at all right now on Singapore, on the Yas Marina Circuit here, on MRL Tier 3 action, and right now 5 laps. Well, this has been undescribable, let's say.
Linus Keck tips that intermediate
Sorry,
compound switch was just not the right call.
Marina Bay, sorry, not just Marina.
Vincent, 3-second time penalty, Alex, and that will hurt him in this race. Grenade within a second range of Vincent. Curious to see if Vincent has some damage on that car. It doesn't look like it. Grenade's car really coming to life right now, and he'll have DRS on the rear of Vincent.
Vincent has a penalty as well. He has a penalty. Grenade right now keeping it clean. And he's losing, I think, time with Lobel, who just might be there pushing with those mediums, as we have seen that they are working right now a lot. Undershaker really close on Demon Blades, but both have DRS to defend with. Alex Butt very close on J Games. We remember he has damage there on the front left. We don't know if it's enough to probably change it. Oh, he brushes the wall there, but it's not enough to take any damage. The reserve driver for Reynolds right now on P8. He has a penalty as well. A lot of drivers right now taking those penalties. Very easy to invalidate. We saw in qualifying, and very easy to extend those track limits on race as well.
Yeah, it can be very easy to extend JA now with that damage. Alex Budd, he's going to be really wanting to make that move as quickly as possible to try and break away from Damon. Damon has a bit of an issue in Undertaker hunting him down on fresher tires at the moment. But we'll see how that pans out. They're dancing in and around that half a second range. Same with Alex and Jay. Now we have a yellow flag. What's happened here? Linus?
I think it's the blue flag, yeah. I think he was letting Dirk Chocolate by as well as Duncan Yu. Oh, Jay Games! Jay Games on the bridge!
Uh-oh. That's not good at all. And that is a safety car! That is his safety car deployment here. On lap 7. Vincent Lavelle. Grenade. Their pass. Grenade came in. Oh.
Yeah, Grenade just in the same lap, but I don't know if that was the best profit you can take out of a safety car. Of course, he will be there. Demon Players has to pit. Yeah, he has to pit. Jasko as well. Everyone in front has to pit, but Vincent, I think he will still be on the lead after the box, as he hasn't caught the safety car. So right now he's everyone on this field has the Dalsa. So this is very good for some drivers. And Daniel Monov, who was on mediums to do a two-stop, right now he's pitting for a set of hards. Rutinius will be promoted to P9, and he will be he will be gaining places as some drivers have to pit, but I don't know how much places he can gain.
I'll have to say right now, Cactus will be thrilled to be able to come and catch this grid after a very unfortunate start involving him and Linus Kektips. Linus Kektips, however, he will not be having that same opportunity considering he has been lapped in this race, which will make things quite difficult for him in getting himself back into contention here. Let's see now, Vincent.
Very unlucky, yeah.
Vincent, Lavelle, Gadwin, Damon, Yasko. I am going to assume they all come in. The question is, what tire? Medium for Vincent or hard?
Oh, it's just hard. The hard can go from here, and not only from lap 7, but you have to really have in mind the 2 laps on their safety car will be at least. So green flag should be around 9 or lap 10. And from there, 21 laps should be an easy road to the end for Vincent on his debut as he goes to the pits. Lobel goes to the pits as well. Gadwin. There's a tough call because, yeah, I think he will stay out. Damon will try the same, and Jasko, I think, as well. They are on hards, and of course they can put mediums. They can risk it, but there's no way the mediums can go to the end right now.
Gadwin opting to stay out on his starting hards here. Lavelle's come in. Damon has stayed out also, and this will put him into second position for the time being. Yasko is going to come out behind Vincent. Well, not come out behind Vincent. Vincent's going to come out in front of Yasko with Grenade in 5th position on fresh hards.
Lobel will rejoin just ahead, side by side with Maka. I really don't know who was ahead before. Maka yields. It seems like the Alfa Romeo was just ahead. So Lobel, after a very good start, we'll see the positions, the change positions right now. We have Godwin, Demon Place, and Zasco. More than 10 places, if not 10 places for Godwin. Because they haven't fit at the moment. Vincent right now in P3, but he probably will be promoted to P1 after pit stop of Godwin and Demon Place. Renat Goran as well taking 2 places. Vicario losing 2, and Lovell with that good start, I was gonna say, up 9 places. So that's a very good drive from him.
There's been a lot of major position gains in this campaign so far. We're just about a third of the way through here. And if you're just joining us, you're here for Tier 3 MRL. It's the 4th season of racing, and we're on the 16th round for this 3rd tier. Joining me from Spain is Alex Bitto. My name is Striffy. I'm here from Canada, and big shout out to our partners Next Level Racing. You can check them out via the links in the chat and down in the panels below for some amazing rigs and products on their website, taking your racing and sim racing experience to the next level. What a race this has been, though. And of course, anybody that's looking for some more action-packed Singapore racing, we have the Americas division this evening, Tier 1, 9 p.m. Eastern Daylight. That'll be 2 a.m. for our friends in the UK, 3 a.m. for those in Central Europe. That'll be tonight, America's Tier 1 here around Singapore. We also have the new America's Tier 2 division that started yesterday evening, and the race will be premiered on the YouTube channel at 9:30 p.m. BST following this race. So I highly encourage everybody to go on and check that out, because I commentated that with Mr. Starsja yesterday evening, and I can confirm that it is quite a funny race and hysterical commentary to enjoy. Mr. Gazieg will be loving that. Or not. We'll see.
Don't be bad with him. Don't be bad with him. But yes, I really think that Tier 2 America's race is gonna be a thrilling race, and we'll enjoy it after this one. Right now on safety car lap 9, only 9 laps, and all the action we have had right now. So I think we can even see more action today, and well, probably my boys will regret after that.
Gonna be a long day of racing today. We have so much racing going on today and through the week. If you're new to the channel, you can hit that follow button. We have a ton of racing action happening through the week. And of course, while we're here under the safety car, thank you to Will Gibson for the host and raid, as well as Mormith with the sub, and Mr. Vegsit with the host as well as everybody else tuning into the stream, hanging out in the chat, and joining us in the Discord for all the conversation afterwards. We greatly appreciate each and every one of you supporting the league and the community. We're just going to keep on doing what we do and putting on some solid, unique races. As I always say, unique.
I think someone on the chat will like that expression. We always like it. And right now the safety car should be on. Oh, there's contact between Duncan and Dark Chocolate on turn 10. Dark Chocolate having a 5-second time penalty, and I think he has damage. But we'll have to check this right now. They were both like trapped, locked. The wheels were locked, I think, between them. I don't know what happened. I really don't know what happened.
Very, very odd there. Duncan, you, Dirk Chocolate, 18th and 19th on this grid right now, and we have had the word. We are coming in, Alex. We are coming in. The safety car will be in at the end of lap 9, and Godwin now has the honors of taking us away on a race restart here. And he will slow things down, and you can see Damon on the rear of him getting things weaved and temperature into those tires. Thank you very much to BTFU for the resub. 14 months. Thank you very much, BT. And here we go. Godwin now throttling down out of turn 23. Damon looking to get a good position or a good launch here, but Vincent all over the rear of the McLaren. Does he have an early move? Nothing doing just yet. Rutanius, Mako wheel-to-wheel. Rutanius on the inside through turns 1 and 2 now. Rutanius through into 8th position. Back row wants a peek as well.
was very, very close action. Right now, Vincent as well, very close. And Demon Place, I think he went a little bit wider. Understeering on the exit of turn 5, but he will try the move. He will try the move. Of course, he will try it. On the inside of turn 7, yes, is the Williams there. Side by side, Demon Place on the outside, and he will not be holding that P2 for so long time as Vincent goes up, and stretches that gap between him and Grenade Goran. There's a exchange between Undertaker and Daniel Monaf as well there on the back. Seems like Daniel Monaf has lost a little bit of pace there out of turn 9. And right now on P15 he really needs to recover that ground.
Everything tight in this grid right now. Everyone trying to get to terms with their new rubber. As we've just finished safety car proceedings. Back row on the inside of Maka through 15. Back row with a good look, but nothing doing just yet. It was always going to be tight through that section on the restart, and they made it even tighter. Gadwin, Vincent with a drag race now into the right-hander. Gadwin on the inside. Vincent with a bit of a lockup, but he is in the lead of this race once again. Vincent, the Williams driver, with the 3-second time penalty. He is doing a very good job of cutting through these hard runners and presenting himself with a gap to Grenade Goran in 5th, who's on the same strategy, 1 lap longer, because he had undercut that safety car.
Good job from Vincent. Jasko!
Oh!
The last corner! Woo! He saved it! He saved it.
Oh no! Well, four-door sedans had a huge issue. He's gone wide and round. This might just be another safety car deployed here. Jasko. Surely damage on that car. 4-door, I imagine, going to have damage as well. No safety car. Lavelle and Rutanius. Now Lavelle on the inside, defending against Rutanius, and he just can't do anything about the Racing Point right now. The Racing Point, well, back with a vengeance. 6th position, wanting to get himself as close to the front as he can.
He was trying it on the inside. That come from the both on the same strategy. Only 1 lap of difference on those hards, but it's not a big issue. But Rutinis has a penalty, so he needs to push. He really needs to push. The leader of the championship has a snap Lobel there on the back. Maka will try the move. It's not enough space, not enough gap there to try to dive on that corner. We saw it on Moen before, but not this time on Maka. Back row on the mediums, a little bit trapped there behind this train. And I think he's trying to get a better exit there out of turn 13 on the hairpin, but he has a little bit of oversteer on the back, so he will not be catching Maka soon.
This restart has really provided us with a tight grid to run through now, and a lot of differences in tire strategy. We have penalties popping up on this grid as well, which will never be good when you're within that 1 second to 2 to 3 second range of another driver, given you can't shave 3-second time penalties or serve them in the pit lane. Vicario, as we say it, he picks one up.
Very big cut from the Haas driver there on turn 20. Right now Vincent is flying. He took the fastest lap. Garwin takes a 3-second time penalty for his efforts. And right now Vincent stretching that gap. He right now has the win secured, but
Daniel
laps still.
Daniel with Undertaker looking at his inside, as Undertaker looked at the inside. Daniel went into the rear of Alex, but just a hair, I think.
You saw that save from Daniel Monaf. He saved it out of turn 5, but now the exit is compromised as Alex Bud on the inside of Moen up into P10, but what a switch back from Moen. He's up again into P10, and Daniel Molo will trade on the outside. He will trade on the outside of turn 8. He's sliding there on the wall. There's contact between Daniel. J-Game saved it.
What has happened there?
Daniel Monaf had a big slide and collected Alex Bud, who has damage as well. J-Game saved it out of nowhere in between of them. Yellow flag on sector 2, and Daniel Monaf will be down to P17 with damage, and not the best race for him.
That was really unfortunate. Adam there, well, Daniel Munoff, it appeared that he had that snap into the wall back, tried to recover it, went into Alex, and it just, very unfortunate turn of events there for both drivers.
Yeah, I think Alex Bud very unlucky to be on that spot because, well, he did nothing to do there, and right now he has damage. He was doing a very good race. He was there up into the points almost, fighting for them at least, as Moen took that P10 for on turn 7. But right now he will, I guess, go back to the pits or wait for a safety car and then pits. Then he'll end up taking 3-second time penalty, probably because of the lack of downforce on that on the front end of his car. Back row right now. Very close on Maka again.
Yeah, everyone tight through the first sector. This train in some serious it's in a serious length right now. Damon all the way down to back row in this train. We speak of the train. Maka, DRS, overtaken utilization. Alex Buds retired in the pit lane, and Damon and Grenade have exchanged into turn 7. Here it goes. Rutanius on the rear. Maka, back row, nothing doing just yet for a lot of these drivers. Mowing, as we say, it's been overtaken by Undertaker.
Oh, and Cactus drifting. Cactus drifting.
Daniel
as well.
has also retired in the pit lane.
That's very early. We only have 1/3 of this race, and everything can happen in Singapore. We know it. They have a safety car already. Have a virtual safety car already. So I really don't think that's the best option. But well, we will move on right now. A lot of battles right now on this track. I think Becario and Demon plays there. Becario going wide, and he goes.
Oh, that is
And
their
he's
retirement. Becario is out of this race. Is that going to be a safety car? Oh, that's a big retirement. And the wall and Cactus nearly drove into the rear of him.
No safety car at the moment. There will
I'm not
be
sure
a safety
how.
car.
I'm not sure how that wasn't a full safety car, Alex. I'm blown away.
It was just in the middle of the important line there on the racing line, and well, it wasn't. Rutinius right now trying to move on Demon Place on turn 1, not that close to him to try it, but I think for sure he will try it out of turn 5 with a very good run there, as both teammates Duncan and Games exchange on the main straight, and Dirk Chocolate trying to do the same. Sorry. They're on the reserve driver. Rutinius very close on Demon Place. He will go on the outside line. DRS overtake button enabled, and there is the move from the Dodge driver up into P4.
Ooh, very deep from Rutanius. This is going to give Damon an opportunity to make a switchback. Damon back through. And this is going to bring Lavelle to the rear of Rutanius to just keep him on notice.
Not only him, but Mac as well there without penalties is very, very close. And this strain caused by Demon Place is going to cause the gap between Rutinius and Grenade even, well, go...
Maka, back row. Wheel the wheel, a snap out of Maka. He puts that front end into the... that is very fortunate. He doesn't have damage.
He doesn't have damage, Maka, but he lost a place right now. But back row, it's in a different strategy, very risky strategy. I think he put it on the first laps. I think on that virtual safety car at the beginning of this race. And now, well, he doesn't have damage, but he has a difficult strategy. Let's say like Gatwin, like Damon Place have as well, like Cactus. And right now, back row will try to gain as much ground as he can before pitting. Grenade as well, very close on Gadwin, as well as Rutinius, who will try it right now on Demon Place on the main straight. Right now pulling on the inside, and he will be ahead on the braking zone. Difference of tires there, 5 laps difference. And Rutinius, with more pace, will overtake Demon Place up into P4. This time it seems like he will defend it from a silverback. We saw last time Demon Place had that opportunity and took it.
Yeah, back row with a great exit here. Now Lavelle potentially a sitting duck here, even with the DRS. Damon not with the run. Lavelle, however, with the DRS on Damon up the inside. Lavelle with the lunge. Here comes back row through. I don't know if Damon knew if he was there. A little bit of wheel banging here as Damon tries to get back on circuit. A little bit deeper for Damon now. Maka on the inside. Damon really coming unhinged here on these 14-lap-old hards. He's going to drop 3 positions, Alex.
I think someone has damaged. There was debris on the air. I think his Demon Place was understeering, but I don't see visual damage though. But he's really struggling. There's a piece from some car right now. I really don't know which is. It's Maka. It's Maka. Maka's end plate front left is gone.
Maka with damage that will hinder him massively. 7-lap-old hards for him.
Owen as well, holding a little bit. I think Cactus there on the mediums. Probably right now, I don't think the mediums should be faster right now as Cactus is sliding out of turn 16. And Duncan Yu and Derek Chocolate as well on the back. They're trying to, well, they're hunting down that Mercedes struggling. And Dirk, I've seen today Dirk struggling
There
a
goes
little bit.
Maka into the pit lane.
I've seen today Dirk struggling a little bit on the rears. He's sliding too much and understeering sometimes there against the wall. We saw it on the first stint, but well, probably that first stint was different as we saw that rain, that light rain that really caused some issues on the grip. As I'm on board with Renate Goran and he can't overtake Adwin.
Hard tires right now as they continue to degrade, and Gadwin might be okay to just keep Grenade at bay for a little bit longer. Rutanius, 10 lap old hards for the Dutch driver. My big question is what Rutanius will be able to do to try and break down the gap to Gadwin.
I really don't know because, well, Rutanius right now he has to push because he has Gadwin there blocking a little bit Renate Goran, who's in the same strategy as Rutanius. So he really needs to push to get there and probably win a potential place. I think the win at the moment without safety cars is a little bit far away from Rutanius. A little bit more, I think 14 seconds is the difference between Rutanius and the leader. Even with that penalty from Vincent, I don't think Rutanius can get it at the moment without safety car, of course, on poor pace. But Rutanius can take P2 if he really pushes right now. And Grenade is, well, as I said, getting held up by Gadwin.
Yeah, this is hurting Grenade overall, given the gap of almost 10 seconds. Excuse me now. As we have 10 seconds the gap to Gadwin and Vincent. Grenade within half a second. Rutanius within 4 seconds. My voice there sounded a little bit like neon for a second. My apologies, chat. A little bit of dehydration. Sounding like I'm 13.
Very close on Cactus there on the back. Cactus, I think he's struggling a little bit there on the mediums. 14 laps is a big stretch for those mediums. And Dark Chocolate will try that move. DRS open, overtake as well. Lemon Plates, his teammate, is losing a place with Undertaker right now. And with Dark Chocolate, he has the pace to overtake Cactus on those hards. And, well, I'm watching Undertaker. He's on the mediums. He took that P7. But I don't know if he can go to the end.
Damon on the rear of Undertaker, 16 lap old hards. We saw Damon struggling. No visible damage, but people in the chat indicating he might have a little bit.
We need Goran, seems like. I really don't know. He's on the same battery, same ERS as Gadwin, but he can't take a good exit out of before the overtaking spots, and he can't overtake Gadwin, and we can see that the pace difference should be well very big, or at least enough to make that overtake as Gadwin goes wide on turn 23, just starting his lap. But I'm probably collecting a warning there. He has a 3-second time penalty right now on his name up into P2. Vincent with the same. Well, I will check penalties actually. Lovell with 3 seconds as well. Undertaker as well with 3 seconds. Damon Place with 3 seconds as well. 5 seconds for Duncan Yu and Dirk Chocolate. 6 for JA Games.
Oh, what's happened? Linus now. Yellow flag in sector 2. Grenade on the inside. Gets it moved through into second position on Gadwin finally. And that's taken him quite some time, and he'll look to pull away as quickly as he can now.
The game's on the inside of Cactus. Right now up into P12, Duncan Yu on the inside of Moen. That's a double overtake for Reynolds, but Moen, he will hold on the outside. Duncan Yu closes the door, very good there. Very good effort for the Reynolds. And he's up into P9, we have a yellow flag, Zaxco returning on the pits. And he's out of this race.
Yeah, not good for Yasko there. It's been a while since we've seen him retire out of a race early. He's been having some good races lately. Still, we're just over the halfway point in the Singapore Grand Prix. We're on lap 18 out of 31. JA Games and Cactus continuing to exchange. Cactus just recently picked up a 3-second time penalty, which will be his only 3-second time penalty. JA has 6, and you can see Cactus a little bit deep there. JA on the fresher rubber, but on the hards will be doing his best to keep with Cactus, who's on the 15-lap old mediums.
So look on board, go and watch the rears, because those rears are really dead. And I think Bono can be, well, scared about a puncture there, as back row goes into the pits with 15-lap old mediums, and I think Cactus will do the same. Well, he's not, he's staying out one more. Demon Blade is speeding as well for mediums, and back row is changing the front wing, and he's putting mediums again to go to the end.
There's a lot of drivers on this grid right now, I think, that would really be rubbing their hands together, wishing for a safety car. A couple of drivers with some interesting, dramatic events. Rutanius, one of them, with Vincent, and a little bit of damage coming out there, a little bit of drama. Here goes JA Games, and as we say that, Moen and Dirk Chocolate. Dirk Chocolate gets Moen, JA gets Cactus, and there's 2 overtakes. Add to the collection.
We're having a lot of synchronized overtakes today, as Moen goes out the inside. They're on turn 10, no sorry, in turn 9, and he goes, well, he's up into P8. They're on the same strategy, no penalties for Moen, and he's holding there the points. I think his teammate will be happy. Dirk very close, and he almost loses the rear. They're trying to beat, well, he's trying to close the gap with Moen, and I think he raced it too much and almost costed his front wing.
Yeah, that was tight. Very good for Dirk to get things broken down in that McLaren so that he's not able, so that he's able to avoid going into the rear of that car. One thing to talk about, the gap right now between Moen and Dirk, they're dancing in around that half-second range. So are Rutanius and Gadwin. Big tire differential. Undertaker's crashed under the bridge. He's gone
Safety
under.
car.
Oh my! Under the grandstand, Undertaker has crashed in that underpass section, and this is where we saw the first safety car deployed. It seems like that is where things get deployed here. Did Cactus just drive into the rear of that car?
I didn't see that. I really don't know what happened.
Did he
But he
just...
has a 5-second
I don't
penalty.
understand how he's done that, Cactus. He just drove into the car under yellows. Man needs to get his engineer, or he needs an energy drink or something, I think. Wake up.
Oh, his engineer is casting right now, so... right now, Cactus will go to the pits, change those mediums to another set of mediums, and he will replace that front wing, of course, but with the safety car, he is saved. He's saved there. He will be on P13. A lot of exchange there on the front, and the top 5 have not pitted. Maka with almost new mediums, as he had damage and he had to pit, but he's now up into P6, no penalties. He will catch that safety car queue, and I think he's in a very good place to really overtake these drivers and try to go for the win.
This has been a very dramatic race. I think that's something that we can say now. This race has given us so much to talk about. Tire differentials and strategies, who could forget? We had the rain at the beginning, we had drivers on the dries, we had Linus switch to the inners. It's been a wild campaign.
Vincent is pitting. Renate Goran probably might be doing the same. Yeah, I think everyone is pitting, so Maka won't have that advantage. And, well, it's going to be really close. I think Maka might not be able to overtake them, as Gadwin takes a 5-second for spinning on the pit lane, and I think he will take a 5-second for crossing the white line as well on the entry. Very unlucky for him, as Renate Goran just comes ahead of Rutanius with, of course, new mediums for him. Gadwin there ahead as well of Rutanius, but I think Rutanius didn't have penalties, if I'm right. Yeah, he doesn't have penalties. 8 seconds for Gadwin, 3 for Vincent, and this is unlucky. And I can't remark my words even more. So unlucky for Vincent on his full-time debut for Williams. He was leading, I think it was 15 seconds almost, against Renate Goran. And, well, this safety car is just another opportunity to lose that lead, but I think with the pace he has shown, he can do it again.
Vincent, Grenade, Gadwin, the top 3 here. Gadwin, what an interesting race this man has had. The Finnish driver now into 3rd. He has 8 seconds in penalties. Take a look at the penalties right now. Vincent with 3, Gadwin with 8, Lavelle with 3, Damon with 8, Dunk on You with 3, JA with 6, Cactus with 3, Four-Door with 3, Linus with 6, and Linus is quite a significant way down this grid right now. He's been lapped twice in this race, and I have to hand it to Lavelle just on the simple fact that he has kept that car operating in this race.
I mean, very good effort for Linus. You can see a lot of drivers giving up, like Jasko, like Alex Bardino, Monov, but Linus has been there, and even if he does mistakes, he still wants to race. So
I can confirm with Alex it was due to a technical issue. I had Alex come into the chat, and he said that he did have an issue on his wheel end, and it was it put him onto a set of wet compound tires, so his choice was to retire the car as to not cause any issue to the other drivers on track, which is something I am very, very thankful for, and massive respect to Alex. But not sure what caused the retirement for Daniel Munaf.
Damage, and I think
So he retired in the pit
last
lane.
places. Yep, indeed, as well as Jasko after having an incident on the safety car restart, I think he had, and he was there further back. But well, I said it, everything can happen in Singapore, and another safety car, I think is the second one today, after 2 BSCs, if I'm not mistaken, as well. And right now, this grid is bunched up, and I think lap 23 should be the first lap of green flag racing. Lovell doing a very good job today, right there, up into P5. Of course, he has 3-second time penalty, but I think with the pace he has shown today, I think he can keep it there, or at least on a top 10 finish. I think he can do it. Oh, he crashed into the wall. Oh no. I'm really sorry about that. Lovell crashed into the wall. He doesn't have an impleed right now on the right part of his front wing.
That is very bad luck for the Alfa Romeo, who is having a stellar drive today. And that safety car just catching him out a little bit with the terrain of the circuit. That wall presenting him with a bit of an issue.
Man, after that, I really don't want to commentate. Lovell had a very good start of this race. He held it there, and right now he's with damage on P5 when the safety car will be on this lap for sure. I might say, well, I'm really not sure. It depends on Ford Dorsan, who's 17 seconds back there on the grid. But the sector 3 is so long that I think Ford Dorsan can catch, and the safety car probably can go on this lap. We will see. Lovell spraying, I guess, to not be on this lap, and I think even with that he won't pit, and he will stay there and he will fight as a warrior he is, and he's right now there, but he will struggle, of course, with that front wing on P5. I think another lap of safety car we have on Singapore, and the yellow flag will stay one more lap.
Well, very, very hard race for the Alfa Romeo, as you can see them in the chat there. It's unfortunate that Daniel retired in the pit lane. Always opportunities, Lewis, and we're going to be going around for another lap of the safety car conditions.
Lovell is pitting right now, changing that front wing. He's putting compounds of soft, so that's a very good option, as well he doesn't have anything to lose. He's right now down into P14, basically the last of the grid on this safety car restart, as Linus is lapped, and he's actually the second driver between Vincent and Greenett Goran on this queue. So Lovell trying those softs probably can work. It depends, of course, on the setup and the driving skills, so not have overheat on those rears, of course. Very easy to reach those maximum of degrees. We have a lot of corners. We have not a lot of straights to cool down those softs. And well, right now he will try to do the best to really, catch, I think, some points. Everyone outside of the top 10 has penalties. Taken with 6, Cactus with 3, Ford Dorsan with 3, Lovell with 3, and Linus Cactus with 6 seconds as well. So I think Lovell probably can be in a very good position to take at least P11. And if Dirk has a penalty, probably he can jump Dirk Chocolate as well. The safety car was right now entering, well, going to enter Sector 3. Will be going on this lap, and we have race control saying that same thing. Vincent right now will be the leader of this restart, the leader of this race as well. He has been, I think, after, I would say, 16 laps on the lead of this race as a full-time debut for Williams. I think he's gonna be proud about this. Grenade Goran is back. Linus will be, I think, Dirk Chevrolet takes a 3-second time penalty under safety car conditions, and well, Linus Cactus between Vincent and Grenade Goran can be an issue from his teammate. So we'll see on the race that Vincent has to time this perfectly. The safety car will be in on a brief moment.
Real quick before this restart gets going, thank you to STR Racing Series or ST Racing Series for the raid. Welcome in, everyone. We are going on lap 24 for Green Flag Racing. Vincent, Grenade, Gadwin. When are these drivers going to go? Vincent, take us away through this restart, Alex.
That stretch that gap is 1 second already, I think, for Grenade Goran almost, and Gadwin. They're closing the Linus Kexips. Looking a little bit routinious there, I think. I thought it was a bad
Linus came out of the pit lane.
No, he didn't. He was there on the restart. He was there on the restart back row, trying to overtake Duncan Yu. There was an exchange back row on the outside. Almost touching that side pod of Duncan Yu, and I think he lost that place right now. Duncan Yu flying and mowing as well on Damon place. He will try it as well.
Man, I have to say, Linus really dangerous there. I was so confused as to what was going on with that Ferrari, Alex. I thought he was on his way out of the pit lane. Of course, we're in Singapore. It rounds itself out on the exit. But I am just so confused as to how much that cost him. Lavelle getting through on 4-door. Britannius is not going to be happy about that, even remotely, because it's cost him a bit to Gadwin and overall to Vincent and Grenade ahead.
Yeah, it's more than 3 seconds and probably can cost not the podium, because Gadwin has 8 seconds of penalty and probably even more after Stewards. We'll see about that cutting on the pin lane, someone was saying on the chat. But it seems like Gadwin right now struggling a little bit to be on the space as the leader. Duncan Yu has an overtake and Dirk Chocolate as well on back row. I think he lost that place. Very intense action, and we're 7 laps and a sector to go to the checkered flag.
Well, a lot of these drivers without penalties are going to be really wondering where they might land themselves in back row. mowing 2 of those drivers in this grid right now, 8 and 9. Dirk Chocolate behind them in that final points position. Vincent, a 37.286, the lap he was able to get through on that restart now, and he's pulled out 1.8 over Grenade. Britannius has not yet been able to do anything about Gadwin. Gadwin he's been having a stellar drive today overall.
Chocolate there on the back of back row, really close on the Red Bull. He's there with 3 second time penalty he collected under safety car. Very lucky to see it. Cactus, he tried on the inside of turn 5. There's a little bit of contact due to the oversteer of JA Games there on the side pod of the Mercedes. Lovell will take that place every day of the week, and right now he's up into P12 with 6 seconds of penalties. Very close this train right now, as Vincent is extending that gap even more, and he really needs this race win on his debut.
Yeah, it'd be wild for the Williams driver to get a win on his full-time debut. Lavelle on these softs, putting some good work in right now, trying to catch up with this train, and we'll have to see what he's able to do with these softs through the next stint of this race, through the end of this race. Can he make it to the end with these tires and get enough positions to really push him outside of that 6 seconds and get himself some good points? We'll have to see.
Dirk on the inside of turn 14. He will try it on back row. He was using that battery on the back straight there. No DRS still, and he will try it on the inside of 16. Oh, it's very close. They have contact, and he squeezes a Cactus a little bit there on the inside, but Dirk will hold that P10 for the moment. Almost going to the wall there under the bridge. DRS is enabled.
DRS enabled. Vincent crossing that line now. 2.5 seconds, Alex, is the gap to Grenade, and he needs it to be 3 seconds. Gadwin right now, 1.4 on the rear of Grenade. He's got 8 seconds of penalties. Rutanius within half a second range. Here comes Lavelle looking at Cactus into turn 1. Nothing doing just yet. Meanwhile, Dirk still hunting down that Red Bull just in front. A slight tap coming out of Dirk. It seemed for him on the rear of back row there. Rutanius on the inside.
For sure, he will take it there with DRS enable as well, overtake, and right now he tries to push as Duncan Yu and Demo Plays have an exchange as well. Duncan Yu is really good doing this comeback, amazing. He was
Dirk around the outside of back row defending on that inside. A big squeeze coming out of back row there. Both drivers a little shaky. Back row holds on to 9th for now. Moen just in front. He's going to be happy they're fighting. He wants to pull away.
Cactus tried on the inside there after Dirk lost some speed on turn 7, but there was no space at all because, well, I mean, it was so late dive. Well, he had to back out there, and Cactus is really flying. He's really pushing right now. And there's chocolate, and there's contact, and there's debris for the Mercedes. He didn't expect. Well, I think he outbraked, I think, Dirk chocolate, and well, there's the contact for the Mercedes, and he will have to hold there with that damage till the end.
Yeah, very unfortunate there. Cactus slamming a little bit into the rear of Dirk there, taking that end plate off as we came into that left-hand turn. Now, Rutanius, lap 27. He's just rounding the final few turns, and he is breaking that gap down to Grenade. We need him to break that gap down to Vincent as well. Rutanius has no penalties. He's now on the hunt for second position.
Yes, he is, as back row was very close on Moen, but lost it there on the rears on turn 19. On back row, he will try it again, I guess. Oh, on that DRS long straight we have between turn 5 and turn 7. But it seems like back row, no, sorry, Dirk is really closing the gap as well with back row. Not the best exit for the McLaren though. Back row will try it on Moen. He's closing, he's closing, he's closing. Back row will try it on the inside of turn 7. Yes, they are side by side, and he's just ahead, but a good overtake from the Red Bull.
Moen looking back on the outside now. Dirk too close in the back to make a move, or not close enough, excuse me, to make a move.
Global will try it around the outside of JA Games on turn 9. Cactus blocking a little. Oh!
Oh! Cactus! What the heck was that?
I don't know if he was trying to let them by, or well, but that was sure a brake test on the middle of the straight.
I don't think I've ever. So apparently there is a legal overtake indicated for Cactus, and the solution there. He dropped throttle maybe, or I don't know if he dropped throttle or if he hit the brake or what happened, but you're on a straight. Coming out of a left-hander, that was a very, very hard incident to see.
It was indeed. Virtual safety car deployed right now. I think Level and J Games have damage, but I guess they will go to the end because right now a stop is useless. And well, we're on green flag racing. 5.5 is the gap between Vincent and Green at Goran. I think Vincent right now, he only needs to nail these last corners as Gadwin. He's taking a 3-second time penalty. Cactus is going to the pits. As well all the drivers behind him.
Lavelle, yeah, Lavelle's finished. What a very unfortunate finish to Lavelle's race.
Sure, he was having a very good fight there on the top 5. Then he had that issue on their safety car, and now this issue on lap 27. Very close to the end, and really unfortunate for the Alfa Romeo driver, and well, both Alfa Romeo drivers who are just out of this race, out of the points. No points left for them. We will see on Americas later, but at the moment they're on 0 for tier 3 on
Oh, Singapore. Dirk coming through the sling straight into Moen. A lot of these drivers struggling through the finale of this race, 28 laps. I think everybody is starting to feel the fatigue.
Yeah, I think as you said before, the stamina is very well. It's a key. Sorry, here on Singapore, you really need to really hold there the pace all along these 31 laps. Who are well just very very long laps, 23 corners, very tight corners. You're on street circuit, and of course, the mistakes can be done very easily.
Dunk on you, hunting down Maka. We're on lap 29. Britannius still within range of Grenade for second position. Dirk within half a second of Moen. Penalties playing a role for him, 3 seconds. And here we go, Dunk on you now. On Maka. Storming by the Haas. On the inside now. He gets that move done.
Maka is clean on penalties. Dunk on you isn't. And right now, Maka only needs to stay there where he has a slide out of turn 8. But still he'll catch it. No damage for Maka. He has been having an up and down race today. He had damage before, after contact, I think, and he had a nameplate flying. But right now he's on P6, and probably he can take that P5. I said after penalties, as well as probably before with Gadwin, 11 seconds of penalties. But we'll see after. Dirk Chocolate very close on Moen again, but it's not enough with that damage to close the gap.
Big reminder to everybody as we come through into the finale of racing action for Tier 3 that the Tier 2 Americas Division race will be premiering on the YouTube channel in less than 10 minutes. Exclamation YouTube in the chat to carry yourself over there. And of course, that's going to be a very fun race to watch. And I commentated that with Stars yesterday evening, so that'll be premiering live on the YouTube channel. Yesterday's replay.
In Maka, having a 3-second time penalty on the last stage of this race, and this can cost 2 places for him. Right now, Gadwin closing the gap to Rutsenius and closing the gap as well to Grenade Goran, who it seems like he doesn't have the pace of the leaders, at least not the same pace as Vincent. So this is very good for the Williams driver. Lap 30 out of 31, 1 lap and a half to go right now, Striff, and this has been a very dynamic race.
Yeah, it's been a very dynamic race. So much difference in strategies. We had the weather, we had the safety cars, we had the collisions, the spins. We've just had everything in this race that we could really see for Tier 3. And I have to say, it's uncharacteristic of Tier 3 to have a race as dramatic as this one. There really has been a lot of questions that are going to be answered by stewards after this race, I imagine. And here goes Rutsenius now. DRS, will he have it here on Grenade? Looking to the inside just gradually. A little bit later on the brakes is Grenade to hold this position. And I think that that's a great hold from the Ferrari there for Grenade. And Rutsenius is going to have to think twice about getting it done. A little bit of patience, I think, needed from the Racing Point. If he had just held that Ferrari, I think he might have had a better run into turn 1.
Battery right now is so real low as he loses the rear out of turn 20, now 21. Really needed to save that battery there for the straight between turn 5 and turn 7, because that's the most important spot to overtake right now. Dancing around 10% and 20% for the Racing Point of Rutsenius, the leader of the championship. He will try to take Grenade Goran as he spams a little bit of overtake there on the outside, on the exit of turn 4. And Grenade Goran, I think he has this place on his hands.
This is crazy racing between these two. What a defensive position Grenade Goran finds himself in without DRS right now. Rutsenius hasn't been able to close him down. We're on the final lap of this race. Dirk Chocolate on the rear of Moen. He's been following Moen for ages as well. A little bit of damage from Dirk on the front wing.
Backrow as well, very close on Demon Place, and I think Backrow can actually get promoted at least 1 place with that penalty for Demon Place. Moen very close to get it as well, but it won't be enough. Right now, Rutsenius won't try that move there on turn 14, and Grenade Goran seems like he will be ahead of him on track. No penalties for both of them, and right now Vincent on turn 21 going to the checkered flag.
What a race it's been for the Williams driver. Vincent Nyquist, ladies and gentlemen, the Williams collecting the checkered flag on debut here. Around Singapore in Tier 3, Grenade Goran to the line will collect second for Ferrari with Rutanius. The Dutch driver yet again on the podium in the Racing Point. What a race this has been. Dunk on you, 4th. Gadwin, 5th. Maka, 6th. Damon, 7th. Backrow in 8th. Moen in 9th. Dirk Chocolate. Well, Moen in 9th. Dirk Chocolate. We'll see how things come to the final run to the line. Moen, 9th. Dirk, 10th. 4-door. 11 seconds on the rear of Dirk. Will not be getting anything done on penalties. And that is the top 10 points finishers for this one, pending any kind of post-race penalties and steward reports. Now with that, we're going to have interviews in just a few seconds, ladies and gentlemen, from our top 3, as well as a raid. And we hope you'll join us for that. But what a race this has been, Alex. What a race. Vincent, Grenade, Rutanius, your top 3.
What a full time David for Williams. I have no words for that pace he really had there. He showed it all the race. And well, he started on this race on 3rd place. Right now finishing on P1 with a 5-second, even more than 5-second gap to 2nd place after penalties. And well, only good words I have on my mouth to him, because it's very difficult to keep clean on this track. No damage for him, just raw pace there on Marina Bay. And huge congratulations for that win.
Definitely, what a race, and there it is. Vincent, top step, Williams. Just a great campaign all around, and with just 3 minutes to spare now, the Americas Tier 2 race will be debuting and premiering on the YouTube channel. And with that, here's the classification for the Tier 3 division. A couple of Swedish drivers, 1 and 2 today. Williams, Vincent, 3rd to 1st. We had Grenade, 7th to 2nd, and Rutanius, who started this one on the front row. Well, he finishes it in 3rd after a very, very solid comeback performance. Dunk on you in 4th. Gadwin from 11th to 5th. What a stellar performance from the Finn driver. Maka, 8th to 6th. 5th to 7th for back row. He ended up dropping back up a couple places. Damon, 13th to 8th. Moen, 19th to 9th. Another great finish for Moen, collecting, I think it's the 2nd double points finish in a row for the squad, which Rutanius, I'm sure, will be thrilled about with his teammate Moen. And we have Dirk there rounding out the top 10. 4-door there in 11th. Cactus in 12th. JA 13th in a reserve capacity for Unicorn today. Linus, after a very, very tough drive, finished the race. 2 laps down, but he finished the race, which is very good for him considering some of the drivers that retired quite early, or earlier than the safety cars, I think. And I think that could have been a different race had some of those guys stayed out. But what a fantastic campaign. And we're going to get the podium finishers now in for interview before we raid a member of the community. And joining us, no stranger to the comms booth, especially after his podium in the Endurance Series and his podium last week in round 15. Well, Rutanius, welcome back to the commentary booth. Very, very tough dynamic race today in Singapore, all around, most especially for you. Took some damage there early on. Talk us through it.
Yeah, it was a race that start didn't really go as planned, but the end really helped me back in. So in the qualifying, we expected the race start to be on inters, since we saw the weather ahead of the race. At the end of the at the start of the race, it was not inters and it was soft. So we were pretty amazed by that, so to say. So on the start of the race, there was absolutely no grip. It was super hard to keep the car on the track. It was basically it's basically the start of the corner, you have no grip, and then all of a sudden you get all grip. That was basically how it was to drive that circuit at that time. I was heavily defending from Vincent. We had a little incident together, which we'll look at it later, which unfortunately gave me wing damage.
Yeah, through the sling, if I'm not mistaken. There was a bit of a brush between the two of you. Yeah, so we saw that on our end as well. And we knew that there was, a little bit of controversy, maybe a little bit of drama there. But what a recovery drive. How did it play with the safety cars for you?
Yeah, the safety cars were pretty well timed. I was pretty happy with the first one because he brought us back together, and then just driving the fastest I could allowed me to catch up a little bit, and then the second safety car just allowed me to pit onto the mediums, and it was just a race to the end. Made a nice overtake, and then we had a epic battle with Grenade Goran at the end for P2, and wow, he did really well to keep behind me. It was a cool battle. Respect from both and space given from both. It was just well driven from him. And congratulations for Vincent on his first race and on his win.
Well, it was a great race to watch, and a big congratulations to you for yet again another podium. Do you happen to have a how many podiums does this make for you now? Do you have that number in your head? I've lost track. You've been here with me countless times now in the commentary booth, Ruda, but a very consistent performance through the season, and once again, you're increasing that championship lead with yet again another podium.
Yeah, that should be 9 podiums.
9 podiums, ladies and gentlemen, at the end of the 16th round. Very nicely done, Rutanius, and thank you again for the interview, and we'll hope to see you for a solid race in round 17.
Yeah, I'm excited for Russia.
Thank you so much, Rutanius. That was Rutanius, ladies and gentlemen, one of the fantastic Dutch drivers. Next up now for interview, well, he's joined me before as a reserve, as a full-time driver, and again, here at Grenade, second position for you at the end of this one. Congratulations to you and Ferrari, of course. What a dynamic race. What a race.
Yeah,
Let's have your thoughts on it.
it was a super sweaty race. In the beginning, I thought the Inters, it was Inter time, but then it was soft, and yeah, it's just I have really luck and a nice couple of wings that was fast on the straights. So I know what is his name, Rutanius. He's fast as hell, so I know it will be sweaty when he come, and it was. But
It was a great
congrats
race.
to my Swedish mate Vincent. I see P1, P2 Sweden.
Yeah.
That's really nice.
It was a very nice finish for both of you in Sweden today, and the safety cars, the rain playing a little bit of a role there in the beginning, everyone thinking it was going to be Inters, but just a great campaign from you, Grenade, and we'll hope to see you carry through with that good performance into Russia. Do you have high expectations for Russia?
I practiced some Russia today, and it's my cup of tea actually. The fast tracks like Belgium and Italy.
Well,
so I like it.
We'll be looking forward to seeing you with another potential podium in Russia then, Grenade. Thank you so much, and again, congratulations on second.
Thanks, bye.
Wow, what a race this has been. We're going to have one last interview. Joining us for an interview is the race winner. It is Vincent Nyquist, the full-time driver now for Williams, taking over for Squid. Your full-time debut today, Vincent, in a very difficult circuit, Singapore. Congratulations on a debut and a maiden victory here in the MRL. How are you feeling?
Yeah, I'm quite happy for it, but yeah, I'm shaking. Like, yeah, I don't know.
Shaking. It was an amazing race. How did you feel with the gap at the end of this race? Did you feel that you had that pace in qualifying, or did you think that strategy just played into your favor today?
I knew I was fast in the race, but yeah, in the end of the race, I knew I had a 3-second time penalty for exceeding track limits, so like I pushed all the way. So yeah.
You certainly did push, Vincent. It was an amazing race, and a huge congratulations to you and to the Williams squad. Now you're a full-time driver. How does it feel to get that win right out of the gate, starting as a full-time driver?
Well, it was surprising, but yeah, I didn't expect to be on the pace for those guys. So yeah.
Well, you certainly were, and we'll be looking forward to seeing you in the races to come next week. Russia. Is Russia a good or a bad circuit for you, Vincent?
Well, it's the worst track I've ever raced on, so we'll see.
All right.
We'll see.
Thank you so much, Vincent. Congratulations. Ladies and gentlemen, Vincent, your race winner in Singapore. Thank you so much, and we'll talk to you maybe next week, Vincent.
Yeah.
What a campaign, ladies and gentlemen. We just heard from Rutanius, Grenade Gorn, and of course, Vincent Nyquist. Our top three here after the 16th round of Tier 3 racing action. And I am just so happy that we got to hear from all of those racers after an incredible race. My name is Stryfium here from Canada. Joining me for this broadcast was Alexander Bitto from Spain. Unfortunately, Alex has gone for now. He'll be back with us next week, of course, but he will not be returning for the rest of this broadcast. But that's okay, because we are finished for the action. Join us over on YouTube, of course. We have a race premiering right now. I do believe qualifying just got underway for the Americas Tier 2 race that took place last night. I commentated that with Stars, so you can head on over to the YouTube right away to check that out. That's premiering live, so you can hang in the chat. Of course, we're going to be rating a member of the Twitch community, as we always do. His name is Dangerous Dickens, Mr. Dirk Chocolate. He took 10th position in this race, I do believe, today. We'll go over there and see how things were on his end, as we always do after Tier 3 action. But of course, big shout out to our fantastic partners, Next Level Racing. Check them out via the link in the chat, and of course the panels down below on their website for some amazing sim racing rigs and gear. But that will be it for us. And you know what? The last message before I go, thank you so much to everybody who came through and viewed along with the stream. Hit that follow button, hit the raid button or the host button, and huge shout out to everybody that subbed. Moen, thank you for the resub, as well as the gifted subs. We had so much come through today. We had a hype train, and we greatly appreciate all of the support. We'll see you guys later this evening for America's Tier 1, 9 p.m. Eastern Daylight, 2 a.m. BST, right back here on twitch.tv, Misfits RL.